He was trying to get attention. Twitter was new. Nobody was following him. You know, I had all the followers. Never. First of all, nobody even knew Twitter existed until I told them it existed.
No, I told him it existed.
No, I told them.
Bitchy told him it existed.
First of all, not at all.
Me and Nicole Bitchy invented Black Twitter.
You lie.
No.
We're gonna I need to know a percentage. How many people heard about Twitter from you? How many people heard about Twitter from me? We need to take a poll.
What's going on, folks? There's nothing better to do. This is your boy Blockzilla, and you are now watching the highest rated show on the internet, the No Judgment Zone. And today, I have a beautiful woman with me, I have a talented woman with me, and I have a very intelligent and seductive woman with me as well. I'm gonna try to put my hand all on her abs. The lovely Karrine Steffans.
Yay!
This book is pretty dope too. We're gonna talk about it.
And it's number 7. It's my best one, and it's the only one where I'm standing on the cover.
I'm gonna start off just like this. What's the biggest misconception about you? Because I feel like when you first came out, people still think that, and they still think about it. There's a lot of people who still think that. You know what I mean? But you built a brand, and people they never read the books at all.
At all, yeah.
And they have this opinion about you. So what's the biggest misconception about you?
That I'm a giant whore, and that's just straight up. I'm not. When I was in my 20s, though, I was wildin' because it was my 20s, and pretty girls in big cities have more opportunity for more things. Therefore, we have more opportunity also to make bad decisions. You know, so being a pretty girl and living in a big city, I had more opportunity to make bad decisions, and I made some poor choices. But I'm 36, right? So when Confessions came out, I was 26, and those stories were already old. So I only write about things that I'm done with, you know? So, but I understand when people are reading them, to them it's happening in real time, but it wasn't. By the time I was 28, I was married, you know, and settled down. That relationship lasted for several years. After that, I got married again, you know, and then, so I've been in marriages for most of the last 10 years, you know. I'm in a relationship, so I'm chilling. So I'm a monogamist, and I think that would probably be the biggest misconception is people. I would see lists. There's a list on the internet. Some of those people are dead, yo.
Wow. You also move like a man as well, and when I say that I mean like a man could have a wife, and then I'll have a side chick or two. You move that way too. Like men, you take the same sexual freedoms that men take as well.
Yeah.
I feel like people hold that against you.
Yeah, I'm sure they do, and that's great. All my friends are men. So when I was growing up, like in high school, I had like one female friend, but I always surrounded myself around the guys. I dressed like a boy, I cut my hair off like a boy, and I have discussions like boys. You know, when it's time for playoffs, I'm the only girl in the room. When it's time to go to strip club, I'm driving. You know, I do things that are probably more traditionally masculine. I'm
like take care of niggas.
Yes, I take full care of. I have paid. Yeah, my husband's didn't work. The houses were mine, the cars were mine, everything was mine. When someone acts out, they get kicked out the house. I stay in the house because it's my house. So I tend to do things that men traditionally do. This irritates people because it gives me a tremendous amount of power. And a woman with power is a scary, scary thing.
Did you pick up that trait after your situation with Cool G?
No, I was a stripper, so I had been like running men for a long time. What happens is that when men can't beat me down in other ways, so they use force. See what I'm saying? So my confidence, the way that I think, speak, and act, it bothers men. I had a conversation about this the other day in my current situation where I talk to people a certain way, and men, they have a hard time with that.
When did you realize that you can get your way with men? Like, when did it click that, yo, I can do whatever I want to do?
I might have been in high school. I moved to Scottsdale, Arizona with my dad, and I was dating some football players on the Cardinals, low-key, illegal, I'm sure. But I could make things happen. You know, I could make them do anything I wanted them to do. And so I was about 15, 16 when I learned that. I was a stripper by the time when I became a stripper, I was 16. I was like a high school stripper. And then that's when I really realized this power that I had, you know, and I think every stripper feels that, you know, being able to make men just come off of their whole week's pay, or, you know, whatever, and of course they start buying you things, and so it kind of starts that way. But as far as the crying is concerned, sometimes it's their own personal issues. You know, I've had Wayne cry on me, and I find that when a man allows you to see him cry, it means that he really trusts you. You know, and I find it really endearing that you trust me to see you in this moment.
Being that you and Wayne have this connection, what was going through your mind when he was in the hospital for all those days?
Wow, so, you know Daytwan Thomas. Daytwan called me. I mean, the first seizures I wrote about in Vindicated, and I also wrote about it in a book called How to Make Love to a Martian. It was really hard for me. But we were in LA, so I was close. You know, I was actually camped out right outside the hospital in case anybody needed me, and everyone kept in contact with me. Members of his crew, whatever, would call, and I was always up to date. I couldn't go in the hospital because there was other things and other people and whatever. So, fiancés, whatever was happening at the time. So, I remember when TMZ reported that he was close to death. Daytwan called me, and Daytwan doesn't always call. He'll text. So I got the call, and I was just like, well, what's up? Like, my first thing was like, what's going on? I was like, well, is it about me? Is it something online? Like, what happened? What's going on? And he was like, you need to sit down. And I was like, I'm not sitting down. Like, what happened? And he was like, go online, look it up, but they're saying that Wayne is like either dying or like dead. And you know that episode of Good Times when James died?
Yeah.
And Flo was kind of holding it in for a while, and she went to the kitchen, she grabbed the bowl. Like, I had one of those moments. Or like any gangster movie where the son gets shot in the middle of the street and the mom comes out, I had like that moment.
What is the situation like between Wayne and Shad, being Bow Wow, Shad from here on out? That you two, because they like he was signed to Wayne at once.
But I told him not to do that.
Yeah.
Dude.
So what's that situation like between them? Like,
okay, first of all,
between you, all three of you.
Well, right now I'm not talking to either one of them. Whenever Wayne gets into a relationship, which is every 5 minutes, I like to give him space to be in that relationship. Except, you know, like I said, there was that one time. But, sorry. It was just like, there was this one time that we saw each other after he got into that relationship or whatever. But, you know, shit happens. So, but I don't talk to Shad anymore either. So, but when...
Because he's engaged.
Yes. And so when people get into relationships, I like to, because I don't want anyone that they're in a relationship with to feel like I'm lurking or even still around or whatever, because I'm not. With Wayne and with Shad, you know, I don't talk to either one of them. Them being in relationships, I like to respect that. I respect my relationship as well. It's actually like probably the first relationship I've ever respected. So I blocked everyone from my phone. I erased all their numbers. I don't have any man's numbers in my phone.
You're in a relationship now?
Yes.
Okay.
So I respect that so much that I don't mess with that. You know what I mean?
Who is he? Is he like would we know him? Oh, I forgot. I know this answer already. Yeah, sometimes you have brain slips and
right. So we're not gonna discuss any of that. No, any of that.
No.
No, we're gonna leave. Cricket. So. Anyway, I don't talk to either of those guys, but when we were in that triangle, it was, you know, it was great for me because it was a power play for me. You know, I know that Wayne is even though Wayne has a million girls at one time, he'll have a fiance and a girlfriend and like a side piece, and then there'll be like, and then there's like 20 other, like there's a whole, then a new baby mama will pop up, like all these things will happen simultaneously. He's very, he loves everyone. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he's possessive.
Are you coming to the end of your career? Are you ready to settle down? Or you still having fun right now?
I'm chilling. You know, I was ready to settle down when I got married the first time. I just happened to marry someone who was batshit crazy. So by the time I got into my second, my situation now was one of my side pieces during my second marriage. So I wasn't ready to settle down. After the first marriage, I was done. Because that was so bad, I was just done. Yeah. Just done, you know? And so by 33, I decided that I was more interested in focusing on myself. my career, getting back everything that I lost emotionally, spiritually, and otherwise. I'm still on that journey. So when I feel whole, completely whole, then I will look for someone who is also completely whole. You know, the situation I'm in now is great. I don't know how long that's gonna last. It's been some years, you know, but I'm not rushing that into anything that it doesn't need to be.
There's girls who taking what you've built, like, and then sort of switch it up, but took all the negative things behind it.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to make girls feel like that shit was cool. I never owned up to anything. I never went around saying, "Hi, my name is Superhead." That's never happened in my entire life. It was a joke. It was one incident that was a joke that just went. It was a running joke, and it's been running now for about 15 years.
Well, that's because right after you came out with Confessions of a Video Vixen, the name dropped, and then the video dropped.
Yeah.
And as a person who watches porn, I've never seen Mr. Marcus run the way he ran from you. And
after
that, you're legendary. You're legendary. But there's another girl on.
We had to film that in 2 days because the first day he tapped all the way out.
Oh yeah, I think the next day he came. I saw both of them.
Yeah.
That's not the same day.
No, it was. Mark, that was my boy though.
Yeah.
It was like having sex with a friend. It wasn't like I was doing porn. It's like me and my homeboy. So I probably would have did it anyway if there were no cameras. Really, he was cool. Back then, before the whole syphilis outbreak situation of 2014.
When you dropped Confessions, being that it's 10 years ago since you dropped Confessions, what was that experience like? Because there was so much chatter. Like, you changed
the world.
You changed the hip hop industry, the world. You did. You did. You changed the world.
I changed the world. I did. I changed.
And you were like hip hop.
Say it again?
You changed the world.
Thank you.
You were hip hop's biggest villain. Then you said, "Fuck you guys over hip hop. I'm gonna go date Bill Maher." It's crazy. That's insane.
Most of my boyfriends were just like Bill Maher.
Yeah.
I used to say that white men are for marrying and black men are for having sex with. That's what my motto was when I was. That's seriously what I saw. I'm like, you guys are just to have sex with. But when I settled down, I was going to be with someone older and prestigious, most likely white or something, and live that life. And so I dated mostly. I don't talk about it because those people are still in my life and they matter more to me, honestly, because of their positions in business and whatnot. So I don't write about those types much. I write about people that don't matter to me, who are no longer in my life, or it's over. You know, when it's over, it's over. I started dating Bill before Confessions came out. You know what I mean? So, and that's not strange for me. It might be strange for other people.
It's just no one has ever seen anything like that before. So it was like, wait, what? No one never saw anything like that before.
Well, he's my type.
Yeah.
He's my type, you know, and I was dating, that's what I was doing before. And so I would have fun over here in the rapper pool, but when my life doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I'm in LA and I'm going to parties, it'll be a party Bill Maher is at, not a party that Bow Wow was at.
You know what else?
What?
I cut the camera off. That's our show, folks. Join us next week when I have my guests tie 100 cherry stems with their tongues, blindfolded, while doing the Millie Rock on any block.
Hey guys, it's Karrine Steffans. Check out my new book, Vindicated, in stores now, and you are watching globalgrind.com.
Like, this nigga, that is not...
This nigga can't even talk like that. How the fuck you say exceptional shit?
Perfect. The look on her face when you surprise her with...
All right.